Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here to bring you a message for your rebel soul and your warrior heart today. Spirit has been pretty adamant that I need to get this message out. So it is timeless as well. That's also what I'm being guided to say. So I'm just going to take a moment to call in Archangel Michael and ask him to guard, guide, bless, and protect this reading, as well as any of you who would ask for it. If you want your angels and guides in your life, guys, all you need to do is ask. They are here from us. It is beautiful. It is sunny. You may not see me as well, but I hope you feel the sun somewhere, wherever you are, guys. I want to call my team of light in to join me now, and I'm being asked really to bring in the idea of source energy, guys, and having you guys remember to be source conscious, to remember that you are all connected to the same divine source. We all harness that energy and get out in the sun. There's powers there as well. Okay, so I'm going to ask to be used as the clearest channel possible, guys, for the most far reaching. If you're returning to my channel, thanks for being here. I love you all. And if you're new at the end of this, if I've resonated with you, please hit subscribe, join the journey with me, and see where we can go. Let me encounter your energy. All right, so let's get into this. All I ask is you keep an open mind and an open heart and a free spirit. And remember that no matter what the cards say, what guidance we get, it's still up to you guys in your grassroots evolution. What choices you make, steps you take, what's your ultimate wish fulfillment, how do you get there? Okay, so I'm going to bring in a little bit first from the tarot just to see what wisdom the tarot has for us. I won't be reading reversals, so if it comes out, it comes out. Thank you. Excuse me. So we get the Knave of Pentacles here, which is the Page of Pentacles, and the book version for this, and this is the Nicoletta Ceccoli or Cecily, however you pronounce it, but tarot. But this is starting to manifest magic, and this is allowing the fall. I'm just being guided to this leaf, and this is also golden energy, golden era, solar plexus healing, but the sun, and this is like the gold ray, okay, energy, being able to transform and manifest magic through anything that has had time to fall, because this page is the most experienced of the messengers, right, having been through a little bit. And at the bottom we get the star, so I'm feeling like this was what needed to come out. If you look at her, she's almost like a dandelion fairy. She's popping out. And what's the dandelion represent? Well, wishes, right? You blow it and all these little seeds go off in wishes, but not only do they spread wishes, they spread nourishment. They add to the biodiversity, right, of our ecosystem. They bring bees and birds, and a chickadee just flew in here. So I mean, pay attention to what you're manifesting and know that it's all up to you. It's in your hands how you grow, and that your wish fulfillment, it's at the palm of your hands. And the bottom of the deck is the sun here, and I feel like all you need to do is get over this self-imposed hurdles, which is the Five of Wands. And you have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom there, meaning making the choices that are right for you and grounded and taking your time. So it's not always an overnight process. I'm healing process, but some of you, we have the Magician at the bottom too, okay, with the Knave of Swords. So I feel like there's a lot of success, there's a lot of healing, there's a lot of wish fulfillment that can come for you. Just always remember that it takes these first little steps, walking out of the dark, and to bloom, and to remember that change, she might have started out as this beautiful yellow dandelion. I was going to say sunflower because I love sunflowers, but this is the dandelion, similar in the way they both spread their seeds, but allowing change to happen. Where is that? Sorry, guys. Put it back on the bottom. Oh, I lost a card, so that's funny. And it's the page of, oh no, I have it in my hand. See, I'm all messed up here, guys. Sorry, but it's like to manifest what you want and the transformation that you want, to allow the seeds to come into fruition and continue to grow, and to allow the growth to happen. It takes this grounded space of starting to move forward, and to allow the butterflies to look at them rather than the old kind of prickly growth at the bottom that's coming around her. And I'm also hearing it's all how you dance. She's a ballerina. She's twirling around. It's all how you dance. And we also have this knave, okay? So the two pages, this is grounded and communication, grounded mental space. But definitely, if you want your star, guys, you need to communicate it, and you need to start walking in transformation, okay? Like, just take what resonates. Again, don't force it if it's not for you, but allow all of this stuff to kind of fall away and only focus on going up from here. And I heard the beginning, focus on the beginning, new beginnings as well. And this is being able to take those steps into the communication, taking those steps into offering, love out into the world. And there's some bells, regardless of whether this is like a romantic love or whether this is just being a really kind-hearted person. But always remember, with the star, it's your choice, and they kind of have the angel devil on the shoulders. Your mind sometimes plays tricks on you when it's something you really want. And also I'm hearing, like, depending on the moon and the planetary alignment, sometimes everybody, especially if you're affected by these planets, they're gonna kind of mess with you sometimes in hearing. So it's like communication here, new beginnings, and knowing it's always your choice on how you get your fulfillment, but it is here for you to manifest, okay, with the Magician, and the Sun's here. That's what I was going to show you guys. Both this Page of Swords, she has a crown. She's a princess. And this Queen Bee, she's a princess queen too, right? They're connected through their crowns, is where I'm saying. We have gold rays and white rays, and this is all through the crown, the top of your head and your solar plexus. And I'm hearing like Ascended Master Jesus is also associated with this golden ray, this gold flame. So knowing that she's crowned, this page, with a butterfly, crowned with transformation. And when we connect with spirit and we connect with divine and we kind of listen to our own inner guidance, get over the self-imposed hurdles. Know that you just have to take that one little step over and you're walking downhill. It's all downhill from here, not in a bad way, okay? It means that a lot of the work that maybe you've had to do, it's in your hands now, right, to push through that and to remove yourself. I got the Seven of Swords here with the Three of Swords in the reverse, even though I'm not reading that. But it's like remove yourself from confusion and heartbreak and come into balance. And that's where you find your brand new truth, your brand new spiritual outlook, your brand new just way of being in this world. Because truthfully, I'm not sure if any of you felt it, but the energy that has been available to us right now, it has been seriously transformative. So I'm going to ask a message from the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild, because this is a message for your rebel soul, okay, and your warrior hearts, because every step of the way, my friends, we're built. This is how we're built. And, I used to ponder with my friends, what would be the meaning of life, right? What would, in school, like, what's the meaning of life? And always, but it's like, what is the meaning of life to me is how we work through our challenges and how we, how we shine every day despite all of the things, and how we can allow positive change just by our outlooks. Honestly, I feel like that's the meaning. Everybody wants to strive for better. Well, it's accepting it when it comes and creating it in your world and being able to work through all the lessons that this universe has given you and still come out on top and shining vibrantly, my friends. I just saw the Sacred Fool, so taking those leaps that make you shine, doing those things. So let's see. Spirit, can you give me a message for anyone watching for this Grassroots Evolution connection? Those guys. Okay. And the bottom is receiving. So you could be receiving a lot of information downloaded in through your crown. Could also be through your breast space. And she is sort of drinking away this tea. Take a minute, okay, connect, have a drink of tea. There's music notes in here. And listen to the frequency, I feel like. Listen to the frequency as well with your heart. You could also be receiving some heartfelt communication, and that's where it's important. There's way too much here. But diving for the light, okay, is here. And she's like the mermaid. No matter how deep you have to go, there's always light. And choosing to see things from the light of that possibility, of that realm. And I feel like I'm going to give you a little bit of a reading, if you can, from that book. But going beyond the normal, right? Knowing that your true potential and your ability to shine may confuse people. It may confuse other people. It might confuse yourself. I'm hearing too, like, it's all in divine timing, It's all in divine timing on how the pieces all fit together. And going beyond the normal means that if you get these, again, this gold, and I'm being drawn to the gold. Okay, the gold. If you get inspiration that you feel like beyond the normal, defend it. Defend the worthwhile to the end. Again, connected through to this. The wisdom of the owl through your crown. Warrior spirit on this woman. And I'm hearing like vagina, like essentially this is the birth canal. This is creation. This is life-giving as well. What do you defend? What your sacred femininity as well, but what defending to the end. And I'm hearing like pearls of wisdom. Oh gosh, that through every storm in your life wear that like war paint. Ladies, any of you who've worn this mascara war paint, what did it teach you? What was it throughout those times? Okay, and if you're not a woman, right, but man, it doesn't matter, however you identify, regardless of whether you've worn mascara or not, what did these tears, what did this war paint, what does it teach you? What wisdom can you move through and allow it to soar? And that's that feeling of the meaning of life to me, right? Defend to the end, the worthwhile. What was it that was worth it all along for you to keep fighting for, to keep going for, and keeping your inner strength through this? Meaning that, like with the cards at the beginning, you want to take those steps. Go beyond normal. Take the steps into the divine. Take the steps into magic and defend what you feel is right for you and connect with that gold ray. And we have the perception of your life. It's all how you look at it, but everything's interconnected. And when we have to choose our thoughts, is what I'm saying. So we have these two things, right? We've got the world at our feet, and we bring into form, we create our realities, and we create how we experience these realities by our perception and what we look at this. Some may look at this as it's burning down. It's what colors are this here? What does it invoke for you? If I brought something up for you into conscious awareness, what are the bones? What are the bare bones? What's down to the very foundation here that you've been defending your whole life? I almost feel like for some of you, this is dive down deep. Work through the muck. Work through the sincere depths of the ocean to find your truth. And if it's not for your best interest, some truths that you've thought for a long time, what do we defend to the end? Yourself, my friends, your spirit, your rebel soul, your rebel heart, and your ability to choose. And she holds the key in her mouth. Okay, she's had it the whole time. Now, I don't see where her hands are, but your mouth, with the communication with the Knave of Swords, it's powerful. It holds keys. When we use it, when we talk to each other, when we start to see our perceptions change because we come with an open heart with each other, that is also how we defend to the end what we believe is worthwhile, by putting the work into it and allowing ourselves to know we're not always right. This perception, it goes through storms, it goes through cycles in time, just like a forest fire. So I'm hearing like when they, not just forest fire, but grass fires, when it burns, anything that burns, your ashes from your fire, there's nutrients there that can help support new life. So defend what was worth it, have those communications, but bring it into form, into this world, and allow the magical to enter into each step you take. So I'm just going to grab that book for number 11, which is Divinely Guided here. Diving into the light, guys. How brave you are. You are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. You may not feel that you have taken such a journey by choice, that you have taken this wise challenge from deep within your soul. Your innermost being has evoked the situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power and wisdom and creative juice. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. I'm going to hold it up for you guys to look at. The oracle of diving for light speaks of a time when you are called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. That darkness might be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially accepted or obvious reason for it, such as death, divorce, or retrenchment. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience of darkness. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. Our creative process and our spiritual path go through a similar turning of the wheel. There is spring and summer in the seasons of our soul, as well as in the earthly ones. There is the autumn harvest, and there is the death inherent in winter, when energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness where it can rest, regenerate, and simply be until the time is right for new life, energy, and creative inspiration to birth forth. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has a purpose, much like winter does upon the earth. It is not in error or through lack of consciousness that you are here now. It is a testament to your spiritual growth and your creative process. Below will help you in your inward plunging and successfully navigate it. So this last little bit I'll read you. This oracle brings particular guidance, that although you are powerful, you are also vulnerable at this time. You need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. That would be rather unnecessary. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to their fear and doubt than their faith in your process and the ways of the creative, rebellious, spiritual path that asks us to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to the lack of understanding. You don't need to carry their fear for them. You have your own process to attend to, and they can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. They are free to respond as they wish, and whatever their responses are, that is part of their journey for them to work through. You also need to be vigilant against the darker forces within you. There are the voices that you may not expect, particularly if you are a pure-hearted being who typically resonates with love. These voices or feelings might surprise you in their dark intensity. They may be feelings of hate, terror, or wanting only to sleep because anything further is all just too hard. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself or tell you that your inner creative work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. Babies. These dark forces try to tell you that you are on the wrong path, suggest that you will fail, or ask with great condescension, "Who the hell do you think you are?" You must stay in your heart and not believe these dark voices. Stay in compassion. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. These forces are part of a life. We don't have to be frightened of them, nor do we need to deny their existence or try to ignore them in order to find light in the darkness. We just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so we can avoid being seduced into the trap of needing to prove ourselves or into the mistaken belief that we need to fight against darkness. It is too easy to get caught up in trying to heal the dark. Darkness just is. Recognize it when it is there, and you will be in your compassionate heart. All you need to do is make a choice. You will stay in your heart, or will you be seduced by darkness and overcome by sleep and hate? Diving for light is a spiritual test and a threshold for all true creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass the threshold into new creative birth by staying connected to the light of compassion in our hearts. It is not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for, otherwise it wouldn't be coming to you now. It exists within us always, even in the darkest depths.